feels weird talking to a camera again. Um, I still have stage fright and crap like that, so I'm not gonna be keeping eye contact with the camera. But I feel like I've kind of been a hypocrite on this channel. Talking about how we need to get closer to God, even though I'm like far from perfect. I just want everyone to know that. Um, I'm never gonna be perfect, and as people, we're never gonna be perfect. But the best thing to know is it's by God's faith. I mean, okay, it's by our faith in God, and we gotta put God first before anything. Because believe it or not, I don't care if you're an atheist. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're a Satanist. You can still turn to God. It's not too late. Even though the end is so close, it's not too late. And I can't say that enough, because my proof that God is, I mean, the Bible is enough proof, you know, but my proof that, or okay, I need to shut up, stop doing that. But my proof that God's real is, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, I was living at my aunt's, and I got into stuff I wasn't supposed to, like alcohol and drugs, and that had an effect on me from when I moved to my dad's, my mom's, not my real mom, my stepmom, but I refer to her as my mom because she's more of a mother figure than my own mom. And if you're seeing this, mom, biological mom, you should know you screwed up, and you won't see me ever. But besides that, when I moved to my dad and mom's, I was still going to school, you know, 8th grade year, and that was when I lived in McLean County. I'm not going to tell the school I went to, but the school was very corrupt. I will say that. Very much. And I started because, like, before 8th grade, 7th grade, I was bullied a lot.
That was a notification from my phone.
Bad. 6th grade, 7th grade, I was bullied a lot for my like appearance, my actions. So through those years, I kind of changed who I was, and that kind of affected me in a big way because 6th grade, I self-harmed. But then a few years past eighth grade, I get bigger. I gain some muscle. I get a buzz cut. You know, I look different. I look what people would stereotype, not weird. So I kind of got used to that, people actually looking at me as a normal person. And then that also changed who I was, because that just made me think I could do anything and I could be clarified as normal. And I kind of wanted to rank up in a way, like kind of make myself out there, like center of attention wise. And that was a god awful mistake, to be honest. And in that way, I thought that, oh, maybe if I become like a drug dealer, or if I do drugs and I clarify myself as a stoner, I'd be cool and I'd fit in. Well, that didn't work because best thing to know is that happened for a few weeks, and then I got caught with marijuana in the school district. And then I lied about selling it because I'm gonna be honest, I only gave it to 2 people, and it was like 8 ounces. And no, I'm not trying to glorify this. I'm trying to set an example of what not to be. And I guess in those days, I never really got close into God's word. I never really seeked a relationship for Him. So then, I'm not kicked out of school. I'm kicked out of school for a few weeks. And then I go into in-school suspension, which was going to be for half of that school year. But little did they know I was moving, so I wouldn't have to deal with it. But I still had to bear the consequences at home. And then I kind of, when I went to my aunt's this one week, I kind of drank a lot of alcohol. It was like July 4th. They left out a lot of alcohol, so I drank it. And then I go back to my dad's and mom's hungover before we moved. Then we move. Packing was horrible. Uh, and when I moved, I kind of changed. I didn't do drugs, nothing like that. I didn't smoke or nothing. I was perfectly fine because I got my guitars, which I'll be making videos on them when I get into when I'm closer to God, because I don't feel like I should continue this YouTube channel unless its purpose is to strengthen faith in God and spread the word. So might be a month or so, but bear with me. Anyways, I didn't do nothing because I had a guitar and I was grinding on that, to be honest. But I had this church event that I went to. It was called the Winter Ramp or whatever. And I never truly told myself that I was going to stop doing drugs. So when I went to that Winter Ramp, I met these kids and they had, you know, a proper word is a weed pen or a stizzy. I don't know. Um, but that whole trip, I was just out of my mind at a church event. And it's safe to say the guilt was horrible after that. Even though I wasn't like very close to God, the guilt was still bad. Okay. After that, I go back home and I'm like, dang, I want to get high again. Because my mom was horrible. I mean, my mom, she can't even, my biological mom can't even act like an adult. She's childish. It's stupid. It ticks me off each day. But to this day, I've learned self-control after rehab, and I'll get to that deeper into the story. But um, I started feeling like I wanted to get high more off of anything, like anything. So I looked this thing up on YouTube, how to break into someone's room with a card. I'm kind of fast forwarding here because if I didn't, this would be 2 hours max. Anyways, I found out how to unlock a doorknob with a credit card. I did that. Broke into my parents' room, grabbed the vape, grabbed the whole pack of Benadryl, and then I was smoking the vape for at least a month, but that Benadryl didn't even last a week. I was ODing almost every day of the week for like a week and a half straight. And then I stopped. And then I meet this girl online, of course. Same age. Love her. Not now. I still love her, as a sister in Christ, but I don't. Okay, I love everyone, but after that, I ran out of Benadryl, and I was still smoking a vape. And then I thought it'd be sneaky if I just went outside to grab a cigarette a week later and smoke it in my room. Got caught. I snuck my phone here, and I got caught smoking that cigarette. They didn't find the phone, but they took away a lot of stuff, including my guitar, not my PlayStation. That's what I was talking to the girl on. So, since they just took my guitar and my Oculus, and they didn't take my PlayStation or my secret little phone, I was still talking to that girl like frequently. Didn't matter. And like 3 days after talking to that girl, we go on a trip. We get to the hotel. I snuck my phone and the vape. I'm smoking that vape almost like every day. I leave it in the hotel and I bring my phone on me, put it in my waistband all the time until a night I was scrolling on Reels. My dad walked in. He was, I mean, it's the type of crap you. I was just sitting there, like on the bedside with my phone. Anyways, while I was like that, my dad um, walked in and I was like flipping my phone around because I heard the door open. Or I didn't hear the door open at first. He walks in with the bag. I got it on full blast. He hears it. I quickly like put it under the cover and grab my vape's in my pocket and I'm like, which one do I give up? Do I give up my vape or my phone? And then I was like, well, he heard noise. And if I just give him the vape, he's gonna be like, that don't explain the noise. So I had to give him my phone. And that was my phone from my aunt's, so I knew I wasn't gonna get it back at my aunt's either. We get back from the trip. I'm still talking to the girl on the PlayStation. Uh, like 2 weeks go by, and I have to stay at my friends for like 3 weeks or no, 2 weeks, and I didn't get to bring my PlayStation because that's my friends. I ain't bringing none of my personal stuff. Um, it was real boring. So after that, I get back. And she's like, "Oh, I missed you and stuff." And I'm like, "I miss you too." Okay. Anyways, 3 weeks pass. I go back to my aunt's, and it's very boring. Okay. Um, I didn't have that phone. I didn't even bring my guitar. Actually, no, I did bring my guitar. I brought my vape, and then I started getting real bored. And then I was like, "Here's a good idea. Since I don't have anything better to do, let's OD to death." Because there was a bottle of NyQuil and there was a beer out, so I drank like three beers, drank the whole bottle of NyQuil. I take a nap. I don't know if I blacked out or if I took a nap, but then I woke up. My whole body's numb, like very numb.
I'm like, what's going
So safe to say that night was fun. As that night goes by, I'm like, I'm tripped. It was horrible. Next day, I'm like, all right, so let's just take a bunch of Tylenol. I didn't know that wasn't gonna do nothing except make my kidneys like work overtime basically. So I did that. I took like this much and just yummy, you know. A few hours pass. I'm throwing my guts up, dude. Then that night, I wake up in the middle of the night and like this section right here, right below the ribs, it's like horrible. It hurts. It feels like someone's stabbing me right there over and over. And I, of course, go to my aunt and I'm like, dude, my gut's killing me. So after I do that, we go to the ER. They say my kidney enzymes are high and my liver enzymes are high. I don't think it was the kidney actually. I think it was my liver. Anyways, after that, my dad and my mom, stepmom, picked me up. And while my aunt was gone, she found the empty bottle of NyQuil, the beer cans, everything. And then they're like, why would you do that, you know? And I told them I was just bored. I was trying to get high. So I do that. And at that point, I was on probation still for my previous actions in 8th grade school. So we talked to my CDW after that day. She's like, all right, so this can't keep happening. He can't keep misbehaving like this. So just take his crap away. PlayStation gets took away. I go to this, like, it's not a rehab center. It's like called Chance of Light or something. Light of Chance. And it's kind of like, it's like something to do. You know, like they had a studio, guitars, which I already had a guitar, but they had guitars, all that. And it was awesome. Until 2 weeks passed, I still don't have my PlayStation, you know? And this dude brings a weed cart there. Smoke it like twice. I get high. The staff know because everyone's like laughing, having a good time. And then my dad and mom come pick me up. And they already know I'm high just by looking at me. Guess what? 2 days after that, I don't know why I said it like that. That was so freaking cringe. 2 days after that, they sent me to rehab. And I'm in there for a while. And I never even realized it, but after all the drugs I did and all the ODing I did, my brain it's still messed up. It's like I can't think like I would think, you know? And it's like etched into my head. And then in rehab, I did something completely stupid. I claimed I was a Satanist. I didn't share my belief of God, which was stupid. You should obviously not be scared to share your faith in God. So that happens the whole time I'm at rehab. I get into like 15 fights at rehab. That place was horrible. People were like trying to be, you know, YNs, YCs, whatever you call it, crash outs. I don't know. Um. Anyways, that goes on. I get out of rehab because I basically get kicked out. I don't actually get kicked out, but I got into too many fights. So they sent me to the new directions, which that's where people that self harm go. That happens. I get out a week later. Um, I get home. I absolutely got nothing. Nothing. I had to get stuff brick by brick. It took at least a good 3 months, 4 months, 6 months to get what I'm recording on back my phone. A new phone actually, because they couldn't find the other one. It was lost. So, anyways, and then I guess that's when I truly looked back on everything and realized that God did that. I was so close to death so many times, and God just like saved me each and every single time. Like it was before rehab and everything. It was like an OD almost like every day of the week, at least once a week or all week. And then it was irrational for me to do. It was just I was focused on me. I was selfish. I just cared about how I felt, and it was a lot of manipulation, guilt tripping, a whole lot of stuff. But anyways, after rehab, I look back on that and I realized God, He did do that, and you know, uh, get all my stuff back right, like through the months. Yeah, got all that stuff back, and then I really got into God's word, and I realized it's not just a relationship with God. It's way more than that. It's having full trust in Him, having full faith, and just full throttle to the future, knowing that He's leading you. You know. Um, and then I texted a friend that I haven't talked to in a while. You know, me and her started hanging out a lot, and it's been like a month. Actually, it's been a year since me and her have hanged out because New Year's. But you know, and my birthday was like January 8th. Nobody noticed but God. I don't even care if anybody noticed. He did, and that's all that matters to me because I know He acknowledges me and I acknowledge Him. You should acknowledge Him and He acknowledges you. You are in Him and He is in you. Not in that way, but in your heart, in your soul, and in your mind. And I just really thank God for all that I've been through. Because if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't have built me to what I was today. Like, sure, there's plenty of things I need to work on right now about myself, but I'm just glad to be out of an addiction that was life threatening. Because, I mean, if God really wanted to, one of those nights that I was ODing, He could have just stopped my heart, said that was it. You already crossed the line too many times. But He gave me mercy, and I'll forever thank Him for that. There is nothing greater than Him. Nothing can come forward but Him. He's always going to be in front of everything, you know? And I really hope if people do watch this, I don't care how many views it gets, the bigger the better, but the few the proud. Anyways, but I don't care how many people watch this, as long as you know that if you are going through something that digs you deep into a hole, God, God will give you a ladder. Step by step, He'll give you a ladder. He'll give you two wooden things that go up, and He'll give you one of those notches one by one. Okay? And it's driven by that faith that you get those notches. So when you image it like that, it's a slow process, but it's the most effective.